Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary, and I am jumping right in with this August card kit from Simon Says Stamp. So what I love about this kit is you can actually use so many different elements of it to make quick cards with a little bit of wow. So I'm going to do the most intricate, most detailed card first. And so what I did was I took that one pattern paper that has all the squares on it and I cut those squares up. And I'm going to use my little square die in my stash to kind of make a window card. And so in order to do that, because I don't want to make the square completely gone, I want to line up my die cut plates so that it does not cut all the way over. So any place where you have your die sandwiched between two plates, it's going to cut. And so if you just leave a little area, then it will not. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pretty much make it so that this is an open folding card with the little windows. And then in the middle window is going to pop up. So you'll see all that happen. All the magic will happen in a little bit. What I have to do though is I have to score the sides that I did not cut. You want to score it because if you try to bend it without scoring, you're going to get lots of creases. So that's why I had my little score plate out. Okay, so I'm using the Distressed Oxide Pistachio. What is it called? Pistachio. And if you see my pistachio plate, my pistachio ink cover there in the screen, it's got a whole bunch of blue ink on it. That's because I used to store them with the little foamies underneath and then pile them on top of each other, which ended up ruining the top of my ink pad, but that's just the OCD in me, so it bothers me every time I see it. However, it has zero effect on reality when it comes to my oxides. So that's just my own personal problem. Okay, so in here, I'm now going to place this over my card base, make little squares so I know exactly where I want to put those cardstock pieces, those squares. And so I'm laying all those down with just some of the tape runner that I have. And this way, I'm kind of I can get them perfectly. Okay, so then I'm going to cover the back of this window sheet with the Tombow Mono Adhesive Liquid Glue, but obviously not where the squares are. Okay, so we want to make sure not to do that because then that just takes away the entire effect of everything we've done. So once that's done, you're going to go, I put something heavy on it for a while just to kind of hold it down into place. And now I'm going back to the stickers that came with the kit, which I think these stickers, I don't know why they just made me so happy, but they're like puffy stickers, but not, but soft, and they're like suede. I absolutely adore them, and they're super sticky. So I took those little triangles from the kit and made little window like handles on each of the squares, and then added some additional stickers and called it a day. And this is an encouraging card. And so that's it. That's it for card 1. I did add a little bit of the water distress kind of effect because it is oxides, but beyond that, that was it. Took me a little bit. This was the most intricate card that I made. The rest in this video, because this is part 1, I have only 5 cards here. The rest of the video wasn't as bad. So if you watched my last video with the phones that I used from Jelly Bean Stamps, I did this technique in there. So I'm only going to start you off pretty much with, I'm going to stamp all the way through, but on what I did. So I did in rainbow order. I'm using my Tim Holtz platform here, which is one of the techniques I really wanted for this platform, was to be able to move my cards all the way around. I have the Mini Misty and love the Mini Misty, but I can't move my card around. So I am going down in rainbow order and I'm stamping this thanks. Now I am taking you on a journey of heartbreak here, right here. Do you see what I did? This is what I just sit here for a moment. I show you my contemplation. Oh, what am I going to do? It hurt very badly. There is no fixing it. I wanted a 1-layer card with this piece, with the stamping, so I had to redo the whole thing. But that's okay. That's the greatest thing about paper. A, it has 2 sides, and B, I really have a lot of it. So I'm okay. I have recovered since then. So in the middle of all the thanks, I'm going to put in, I believe that says for all you do, I believe. We'll see it in the close-up. So then I'm going to use Versamark for the middle phrases, and I'm going to use the little embossing powder that came with the kit, which is so pretty. It's silver, glittery goodness, and I really, really like the way it comes out. So when you're heat embossing glitter, if you can heat it from the back, that's best. And I'm going to show you in a little bit where you really want to do that. On the front here, these are very small images, so it was okay, it didn't blow the glitter around. And you don't want to heat set it to where the glitter is gone and you've kind of melted the glitter away. So just be careful and watch what you're doing, and you want to stop at that perfect point. On the back side, I put some fun foam and then some score adhesive. And I never make cards with orange because I don't usually use that color, but I saw a great opportunity here because the orange came with the kit and there's orange in my card. And so I'm going to take that opportunity and put orange. So there we go. That's the finished card for this thank you card. That was fun. Lots of colors that could be for a male or a female. All right, moving on to the next card. I saw this piece of amazingness in the pattern paper little pack. And I thought, is this going to fit across a regular card? It sure does. So I was very, very excited about that. I cut it down just a little bit, but I still got to keep that phrase in the card. Now this obviously is going to be the focal point for this whole card. I am going to take another piece of that pattern paper and I'm going to put that on my card base first, and then I'm going to put fun foam on the back of this Love More sentiment. Okay, so this pattern paper does the whole job for me for this card. Put some score tape on back of that fun foam because I find that that works better than liquid adhesive. I don't know how you all feel, but and then I'm going to come around and do some of that flicking technique with some spun sugar distress ink, and that just adds a little bit of fun to the edges of that cardstock, so it wasn't so stark white. All right, peeling off my score tape, and I'm adding that to the center. I didn't think that was quite enough, so I took the little sticker from the kit that says today, live more today, and I thought that added a little something. And then one of those little arrows stickers as well. So just for a little bit of dimension on top of the card. But that was it. That was very, very simple, very easy, and I got through that card in probably like 5 minutes. So that one was fun. I wanted to keep going, but I stopped myself. Okay, next card here. I am going to take the hearts out of the kit, and on some pattern paper, I'm going to stamp with VersaFine Onyx Black ink some hearts. And I wanted to make this a full panel, but then it just didn't go for me. So I added a sticker here, and I ended up cutting this piece down. But before I get to that, I'm going to make some glitter cardstock. And I take my Versamark sticky ink. Then I'm going to pour over this really pretty glittery embossing powder that came with the kit, which that's why I love this kit so much. You get stickers, you get ink, you get embossing powder. I mean, they just went all out this month. Okay, so now I am heat setting this from the back. I sped it up, of course, but you see how I'm heat setting it from the back. I wanted to do that because I didn't want my glitter to fly all over the place. Sometimes that happens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that peek out the side of my little panel that I cut down. On the card panel you're going to see the most of, I'm going to do an ombre look with the distress ink that came with the kit. So I am starting from the bottom and I'm ink blending. Now I'm using Bristol Smooth here. You can see how beautifully this blends. The only thing I don't like Bristol Smooth for is stamping. So that would lead me into coloring as well. So anything I have to stamp, I don't prefer to stamp it on Bristol Smooth. You can, but you got to put it aside and let it dry. But ink blending, oh, it's magic. So now I'm adding some liquid adhesive to the back of this card panel, and I'm just going to place that down. Now this one I did want to add a little bit something extra to, and I'm taking my Glossy Accents and I'm going to cover those hearts. And that's really going to just make those hearts pop off and kind of look like little embellishments from the page, because the sentiment matches the hearts there. It says, the heart wants what the heart wants. And so that's the finished card there. That was very simple as well. Very easy to do. I love that embossing powder. Okay, so here we go with this card. Now I'm going to use up my stickers. I mean, not all of them obviously, but I'm going to use some more. And I'm going to take them with that marble pattern paper that came with the kit, and I am going to lay down so it looks sort of symmetrical, longest to shortest. I picked just the ones with the rounded edges, just so I can kind of stay in the same theme. Now I'm trying to see which one's going to work best, and I decide that with the sentiments that I placed down there, the Don't Quit goes with them. And so Don't Quit is an encouraging card. I definitely wanted to add some fun to this. So I picked out some Nuvo drops, crystal drops that matched some of those stickers, and I'm going to place those down. Some are small, some are large. I'm going just kind of all over the page with them. You want to do your crystal Nuvo drops straight up and straight down so that they don't get flat, right? So I'm going to make little enamel bubbles. And so that will finish that for the card. I hope you enjoyed this first part 1. I don't like to keep my videos too long, so that's why I kind of stretched it out, and I'm going to do 2 parts. This one did the first 5 cards, and meet me back here soon within the next week for the next 5 cards. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like my channel. Also, find me on other forums below listed in the description box. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.